ever wondered what you might do with an orange soda and some Philadelphia cream cheese? Well, I have, and I want to share it with you. Hey, Kelly here. I am so excited to cook with you today. The inspiration for this dish came from a conversation with my grandmother a few days ago. She's diabetic, and she was telling me about a recipe for chicken that used a sugar-free orange soda. And at first I thought, sugar-free orange soda? Ooh, orange soda in chicken. Ooh. But then I kept thinking about it and thought, cream cheese. I'm gonna have to try this. So I have a dish that is so easy, and your kids will love it. My kids do. And it uses an orange soda. This is not a diet orange soda. This is a plain orange soda. And a lot of other ingredients that we'll get to as we go along. But they're all very simple ingredients. It's all very quick. But don't let that fool you, because the flavor is big. It is really good. So let's get started. First, we're going to use a pound of chicken breast that I have cut up in small pieces. And with a tablespoon of oil in my skillet beside me, I'm going to add the chicken. Now, it's cut in small pieces, which means it will cook very, very quickly. This is a great dish for when you get home and maybe the teenagers are circling you and you're afraid you're about to lose an arm. They're so hungry. So, cook very quickly. We'll put the lid on it. Now, while the chicken is cooking in the skillet, the electric skillet beside me, I'm going to add Philadelphia cream cheese, and this is a whole block of it, and that's 8 ounces, into a bowl, and it's softened, and a 1/4 cup of light soy sauce, and that is the kind that has less sodium. We're going to mix that together, and we're going to set that to the side for a second. Now, while our chicken is cooking, we're going to throw a few other little goodies in. We have 8 green onions here, and it's a bunch. You know, the little bunch you buy together at the grocery store. Not as in like a bunch, a lot, but you know what I mean. Okay, we're going to cut off the tips, and we're just going to cut the white parts of the onion like that. Okay, and just top part of the onion, and we're going to throw that onion in with the chicken right now. Smells good. Turn it down just a little bit. Now we have celery, and this is just about a 1/4 cup of celery, and we're going to roughly chop it. Just give some texture to the dish, a little bit of crunch. And we're also going to roughly chop some orange bell peppers. And we want pretty big chunks because we want them to show up in the final dish. Nice orange color, add some nice color to it. Okay, we're going to add the veggies, just like that. Throw them in really fast. I wanted you to see what it looks like. We have the orange bell peppers and the celery and the chicken in the skillet right now. And now we are going to add the soy sauce and cream cheese mixture that we mixed up a minute ago. Now, it's fine if the cream cheese is chunky, because as it heats up, it is going to melt into a really nice consistency, so don't worry about that. And we'll stir that together. Okay, now here's the fun part. We're going to pour a whole can, that's 2 cups of orange soda, into our pan. Stir it up good. It's really starting to look good, and it smells wonderful already. Now, the vegetables we put in with this, we want tender crisp, but we don't want to overcook them, so it's a very fast process. We're not cooking this for very long. So now we have all this liquid in here, and that came from our soda, and we're going to let that cook reduce down a little. I'll leave the lid off for just a minute while it cooks. Now for a little extra orange flavor, we're going to use a little orange zest. I don't have an official orange zester, so I'm going to use a vegetable peeler and just gently. And what you want to do when you're zesting an orange is you just don't want to get too deep. You don't want to get any of the white down to the white part of the peeling. That's a little too far and that can be bitter. There we go. Smells great. And I can snack on this later. The cook needs some benefits, don't you think? Stir that in. Oh, it smells so good. You'll be amazed at the depth of flavors in this dish from just such simple ingredients. Okay, we're going to let that cook for a couple minutes. And while it's doing that, we're going to cut up the rest of our green onions. Just roughly chop them, the green parts. Put some aside for garnish. We're also going to slice this orange just a little bit for garnish too. Now what we'll do with this creamy orange chicken is we'll pour it over rice. And I have already cooked 4 cups of rice. Any white rice will do. I like to use jasmine rice because it cooks very quickly. You could use instant rice. You could use plain white rice. It just depends on your time schedule and what you have in your cupboard. This is really something you can throw together really quickly, like maybe when you get off work, with the kids after a ball game or something like that. I know if your kids are like mine, I have teenage boys, and sometimes they're just so hungry and they just cannot wait. So this is something I can get really quickly on the table. Oh, it's really starting to smell good. Wanted you to see what it looked like so far. The orange bell peppers show up really nicely. The Philadelphia cream cheese in this really makes this dish work. It creates a very creamy orange sauce. Basically, this sauce is reduced enough. If you can see that I can kind of pull my spatula through there and it leaves a trail, it's going to thicken up as it cools. Now, you know, I've made this in my electric skillet, but it can be made on the stovetop in any kind of a skillet or a deep pan. Now what we're going to do with the onions that we chopped up is we're going to just sprinkle all the green onions on top, just like that. Makes it really pretty. We're not going to stir them in though. All we're going to do is put the lid back on for just a couple more minutes and it softens up those green onions a bit. And we are finished. How easy was that? And to serve this, we'll spoon some rice out on a dish, and this would just go great with like some steamed broccoli. We'll spoon the chicken and sauce over the rice. Oh, yum. Oh, it makes such a creamy sauce, and that of course is thanks to the Philadelphia cream cheese. Isn't it pretty? Then we'll garnish with some green onions on the top. Like that. A few slices of orange. And there you go. Creamy orange chicken in a flash, made possible with Philadelphia cream cheese. Okay, let's taste it.